Well, ladies and gentlemen, so talking about phobia, man. How do you see phobias in astrology? And the reason why I'm making this video, it is so funny. I'm like, I have to make a video on this because I just did a Mahadasha reading for somebody. And they emailed me and said, they were saying things about their life, but they also said, I have this and this phobia. Can you tell me why I have this? And when I when I read those two things, I'm like, well, welcome to the club. I am in the same club as you. I have phobia of those things too. And what is that? This person had the phobia of seeing cigarette butts in rain on the street and seeing matches on the street. These are the two things I have absolute phobia of too. Like, I would throw up if I see it, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. And this is why I hate going to like downtown areas. Like especially like downtown DC or if LA or anywhere, or anywhere I know people are smoking. I hate that. I absolutely hate it. And it just drives me nuts. Like I avoid it. I become, like OCD, like I'm avoiding this and then and putting my pants up and I don't want to touch it even with my shoe. Sole of my shoe, I don't even want to touch it. They had the exact same thing. So the way you see phobia, see something happen early in your life, very early, where you just saw things and it just affected you psychologically. And for this, you want to look at two things. One, phobia is pretty much the thing within your mind. Okay, so moon comes into play. And also moon nakshatra. Whatever the purities and impurities of the nakshatras are, you want to see especially what is this nakshatra about, what do they like, what the nakshatra doesn't like. And especially if that phobia, let's say, gives you a panic attack or gives you, fear, then Mercury comes into play. Like for me, it's not about like, oh, suddenly my nervous system is haywire. No, it's just in my mind. But most importantly, you want to see the second house. Why the second house? Because second house is your surroundings. Second house represents the things that you grew up with, things that were pretty much close to you and near you, that you were experiencing. So when I was young, my dad was a chain smoker. He smoked and smoked. He used to make his own like cigarette. You know those, I don't know if it's like from England or where, that the green box with the green lid and the silver box with the green lid. It was very famous back in the 80s. Everybody used to have it. So my dad used to carry that, or any of his friends came in the home. They used to all smoke and use matches. So when I used to wake up in the morning, because they used to party all night, they would drink and have like, tandoori chicken or sikh kebab, or have like, onions, and, in India they make lacha and all that. They would do that. So that part always attracted me. Seeing that, when things like the tandoori chicken used to come, and my dad's 4 or 5 friends are sitting, and there's sikh kebab, and my mom's used to sneak a little bit for me. And I think it was that psychological thing that really made me fall in love with tandoori chicken and sikh kebab. But it was also waking up in the morning and seeing like buttload of cigarette butts sitting on the side with matches all over the place. Oh my God, I couldn't even like go into that room until I told my mom, you better clean this or I'm not even coming out of this room. So since then, that phobia came into play in my life. And I asked this person, look, how did your phobia start? And it started from this person's mother smoking. And this person's mother always like, leaving out cigarettes, like throwing cigarettes in front of the house on the door. So whenever it used to rain, all the cigarettes would be there, and she just got this complete phobia. And so I could understand. I'm like, wow, man. So it was very interesting to see how her thing linked and why my phobia is there. So yeah, that's one thing I hate. This is why I love going to restaurants where they say no smoking in 20 feet of this area, or I just avoid really downtown areas. I don't know what it is. Every downtown I've gone to, whether it's New York, DC, LA, Florida, wherever I've gone, oh, it's nasty. So yeah, just wanted to make a video on this. So if you have phobia, look at what the second house represents, what things you were around when you were growing up. Look at your moon nakshatra. But if, let's say, that phobia causes you sudden panic, or, you know, like PTSD, like for a soldier, they saw something and suddenly it causes those thoughts, causes certain problem, then you want to look at your Mercury too, because then your Mercury might be in a position where it's not really well placed, where it causes this nervous imbalance when you see things. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to start getting ready for my flight tonight. I have to still pack. I haven't packed at all, man. I hate it. I haven't packed at all. And also, it's so funny. Even if nobody's smoking, and they're you know, in India, like, people use matches to light their gas. Okay? Number one, I told my mom, if you ever use match, I will not eat at this house. And at one time, I saw her do it. She tried to eat, cook food, and I knew I wasn't going to eat it. My mom's like, I've washed my hands and this and that. I did not eat it. And so from that point on, my mom got the lighter to do that. Anytime I went, like in India, my aunts used to cook. And or if they already cooked the food and I knew they used matches to light that gas, I would not eat that food. I would not eat it. Even if they cooked like goat curry for me. One of my favorite things, even though I haven't eaten red meat in like, what, 3 months now, 4 months now. But whenever I used to see that, first of everything, whoever I went to, first I used to see if they used matches or lighter. If they use lighter, okay, I'll eat it. But if it's matches, it drives me nuts. It drove me nuts. So I even told my wife, just whatever you use in the kitchen, just make sure it's a lighter. It's not matches. Absolutely, I hate that smell. I hate the look of it. I don't know what it is. So yeah, as I was saying, I still got to pack, man. Let's say I've got flight in 7 hours. I still got time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.5 hours. So I still got to go buy. I've got to shop. I've got to buy some new pants because I'm going to take my wife to a nice dinner. I'm going to meet some professional people for business, and none of my jeans fit now, man. I'm starting to play basketball and do exercise, but this thing just, the metabolism keeps growing. I think I'm going to have to eat some or drink some honey, lemon, and water to start losing weight. That's what my mom suggested me. But yeah, I'm moving from like 33 to 34 waist now, so I gotta buy a new jean so I can comfortably sit. And yeah, just excited about my New York trip and hang out there and see what's going on. So we'll take you to New York with me. Bye-bye.